The vast windswept expanses of the South Atlantic hold many secrets. Among them, the Falkland Islands stand remote, a cluster of land far from any continental shore. It was here in the 17th century that European explorers first encountered a creature that baffled them. This was no ordinary animal. It was the only native land mammal on these isolated islands, a canine living in solitude, hundreds of miles from its nearest relatives. Its very presence was an enigma, a puzzle of natural history waiting to be understood. The first documented sighting is often credited to Captain John Strong in 1690. He described it in his log as a wolf fox. The creature showed little fear, a trait common in animals unaccustomed to human predators. Subsequent explorers and sealers also reported sightings of this unusual canine. They noted its peculiar tameness. The Falkland Islands Wolf, or Warra as it was also known, had stepped out of obscurity and into the annals of natural history, its fate unknowingly hanging in the balance. The early 19th century saw the rise of great scientific expeditions. Among the most famous was the voyage of HMS. Aboard was a young naturalist, Charles Darwin. They visited the Falkland Islands twice, first in 1833 and again in 1834. Darwin turned his attention to the island's most peculiar inhabitant, the Warra. He described its reddish-brown fur, the white tip to its tail, and its general appearance, which he likened more to a wolf than a fox. He observed its diet, which likely consisted of ground-nesting birds like geese and penguins, as well as seals and perhaps even some plant matter. He even managed to lure one with a piece of meat held in his hand, an act that highlighted its vulnerability. Darwin noted that the Warra's numbers were already declining. He predicted its extinction, writing that its demise was inevitable, given its limited range and the increasing human presence. The Falkland Islands wolf played a small but significant role in Darwin's developing thoughts on evolution and the distribution of species. Its story, even then, was becoming a poignant example of how fragile such unique evolutionary products could be when faced with rapid environmental change. The latter half of the 19th century brought significant changes to the Falkland Islands. The primary catalyst for the Warra's doom was the arrival of Scottish sheep farmers in the 1860s. These settlers saw the islands as prime pasture land for their flocks. The Warra, a natural predator, was now perceived as a direct threat to the farmers' livelihoods. A systematic campaign of extermination began almost immediately. Methods used included poisoning, trapping, and shooting. The wolf's inherent tameness, once a point of intrigue for explorers like Darwin, now became its fatal flaw. The Warra had nowhere to hide. The islands were small, and its habitat was increasingly encroached upon by sheep grazing. Within just a few decades of the settlers' arrival, the Falkland Islands wolf was pushed to the very brink of oblivion. The final chapter of the Warra's existence is believed to have closed around 1876. In less than 2 decades of concerted effort, an entire species was wiped from the planet. Its extinction was a rapid, human-driven event. The story of its swift demise serves as a sobering reminder of the immense power humans wield over the fate of other species. For many years after its extinction, the precise origins of the Falkland Islands wolf remained a captivating puzzle. The advent of modern genetic technology, particularly DNA analysis, offered a new window into the Warra's past. Scientists were able to extract and sequence DNA from preserved museum specimens. By comparing the Warra's DNA with that of various living and extinct canid species from South America, researchers began to piece together its family tree. The results revealed that the Falkland Islands wolf was closely related to an extinct species of fox-like canid from mainland South America, known as. This discovery indicated that the Warra's lineage was an old one, and that its divergence from mainland populations had occurred long before European arrival. One prominent hypothesis suggests that its ancestors might have crossed to the islands during the last ice age. Another possibility is that early indigenous peoples of South America brought a semi-domesticated form to the islands. The DNA evidence firmly rooted the Warra in the ancient canid fauna of South America. Islands are often cradles of unique life forms. Their isolation from mainland continents allows evolution to take distinct, sometimes extraordinary paths. The Falkland Islands wolf was a prime example of such island endemism, a product of its solitary evolution. However, the very isolation that fosters uniqueness also brings with it inherent vulnerabilities. Island populations are often small, leading to reduced genetic diversity. Furthermore, species evolving without major predators, like the warra, often lose their innate fear responses. The delicate balance of an island ecosystem can be shattered with alarming speed. The impact of human activities on isolated island ecosystems has historically been devastating. The Falkland Islands wolf experienced this firsthand. The arrival of sheep farmers and their livestock fundamentally altered its world. The warra's story is a poignant illustration of these island perils. Its extinction underscores a critical lesson. Island ecosystems, while often appearing robust, are incredibly fragile. They require careful stewardship and a profound understanding of their delicate interconnections if their unique biodiversity is to be preserved for the future. The extinction of any species is an irreversible event. The Falkland Islands wolf is gone forever. Its particular genetic code, its behaviors, its role in the island ecosystem, all lost. The finality of its disappearance serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked human expansion and the disregard for the natural world. In recent years, the concept of de-extinction has captured public imagination. While scientifically fascinating, de-extinction is fraught with immense challenges and ethical dilemmas. Perhaps more practically, the story of the warra offers profound lessons for contemporary conservation. Its extinction highlights the vulnerability of island endemic species and the speed at which they can be lost. Today, many island species around the world face similar threats: habitat loss, introduced predators, and climate change. The warra's fate underscores the urgent need for proactive conservation measures. We must learn from past mistakes to prevent similar tragedies. The Falkland Islands wolf did not die in vain. If its story can inspire greater care for the planet's remaining biodiversity, the echoes of its extinction should guide our efforts to protect the countless other species now teetering on the brink, especially those isolated on the fragile Edens of our world's islands. Every species on this planet is a unique thread in the vast, intricate tapestry of life. This rich variety of life, known as biodiversity, is not merely a collection of different plants and animals. It is the very foundation of healthy ecosystems, providing essential services like pollination, water purification, and climate regulation. The Falkland Islands wolf was one such unique thread, a product of long isolation, its existence adding to the planet's biological richness. The cost of extinction extends far beyond the loss of a single species. When one creature disappears, it can have cascading effects throughout its ecosystem. The warra, as the Falklands' only native terrestrial mammal, undoubtedly played a specific ecological role. Its removal left a void, the full consequences of which we may never fully comprehend. Evolutionary isolation often results in the creation of true natural wonders. The warra was one such marvel, a testament to the adaptive power of nature. Ultimately, the tale of the Falkland Islands wolf brings us to a crucial point: our human responsibility. We must cultivate a deeper respect for all life, recognizing that the health of our planet, and indeed our own future, is inextricably linked to the biodiversity we protect.